Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Skorpion G. It's a Tier 8 German premium turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Pilsen and it's under the commands of townt3rri3r. Well, this is a vehicle that was actually conceived of in 1943, January 1943 to be precise. They finished the design in April of 1943. And it was to be based on the Panther tank. In fact, it was based on the Panther II hull. So it never got put into production because they cancelled the Panther II. Now, it's a particularly potent tank destroyer with a 128mm gun, capable of doing 490 alpha and penetrating 246mm of armour. It's got the second best alpha of any of the tank destroyers at Tier 8, and of course that includes the SU-130PM, who is the top scorer with a much higher alpha. If I remember correctly, is it 520 for the SU-130PM? Don't quote me on that. Now, it has got a rather long reload, normally 12.2 seconds according to the book, but you can see that townt3rri3r has managed to get it down to only 10.8 seconds per reload. Just waiting to see that enemy A46. He's scurrying around there. Oh, briefly saw him and he's gone. Okay. Unfortunately, we lost the tank as well. Oh, but the enemy lost the 5916. In fact, townt3rri3r set light to him and he burned to death. One shot. Now, this particular tank destroyer does have good accuracy and pen. It has a good top speed and a fully traversing turret, unlike the SU-130PM, which only turns either side about 70 degrees, if I remember correctly. But the problem is that the vehicle doesn't traverse very well. In fact, very bad traverse, very bad ground resistance. So, although it's an excellent gun, with fairly poor gun handling, you might say, it does have good accuracy, I must admit, but it does take a long time for it to aim in on the target. And he is exposing himself there, going across that gap. He wasn't seen. There's an enemy defender down there. There is an enemy in sight just the other side of the coal pits. Can he get the shot on this defender? He's been seen, and yes, he does get around in. Low roll, 460, and he's now in sight of that AMD 178B. You say it does reverse very slowly, I'm afraid. 20 kilometers an hour back, 60 forward. Oh, just ran into the crane there. Chasing that defender around the corner. I'm pretty sure the defender did go around the corner, but he's about to appear to the strip 74. He's about to get a nasty shock. Hello. Good shot. Low roll again, 481, but the defender's turned around. Instead of going after the strip, he's now interested in townt3rri3r. He's headed this way, but that was the end. Big mistake. He should have gone after the Strip 74 instead. He would have finished that guy off. But now townt3rri3r is starting to receive fire from that clown car who's come south, but he's wiped out with one round. Good shots. 3 rounds now, 3 kills now for townt3rri3r. Now, many people have actually described the Skorpion as like a bloated Waffenträger. It's very, very big in size. It's huge, actually. It makes a very big profile. But it has a gun very similar to the Waffenträger. The Waffenträger is a lot more high profile. Look at that aim time. It's terrible. But once it's fully dialed in, it's lovely. Yeah, one shot. He's gone. So that's 4 kills. Now, funnily enough as well, something a lot of people know, obviously, is that the gun is actually described as a Kanonen, and that means that it's actually an artillery gun. In fact, something that I haven't actually mentioned in any of the previous videos concerning the Skorpion is that they actually intended to dismount this gun in a similar way that they would dismount the gun on the High Shrek Zane, the Hausschreck 10, which is known as the Panzerfähre 4B, the artillery. So you can actually dismount the turret on a Skorpion and put it into an emplacement so it can be used as an anti-tank gun. Hello, goodbye. Yeah, that's his 5th kill. He's having fun. Don't pull out too quickly because that Oni might have a round ready for you, but he's a one-shot. Yeah, he does have a round ready for you, and you've lost a huge amount of hit points, now down to just 5 hit points, but you did kill the Oni, and that means you've now got a top gun. Yeah, I hope that was worth it, because 926 hit points of damage. He was very lucky he didn't, very unlucky that he didn't kill you with that one shot. Now there isn't Carno B88 somewhere, and he's got to get behind this these obstacles, because there is a super Hellcat up there, but he's obstructed by the building. Now there's a number of enemy vehicles up there, and I'm wondering if it's a wise move for him to go up this way. He's only got 2 teammates left now, both Arty. One is the M44, the other one's an SU-14 too, so he's their eyes and ears at the moment. And there's unfortunately 4 enemies, including one Arty and M44. He could be wiped out with a splash from that M44. And he's been spotted. Enemy Arty's going to be on him in the shot. Oh, he tracked the Skorpion, and the round that came back took him out. So now I'm afraid it's only 2 Arty versus 4 enemy. And one of the Artys has already been discovered. The Caro P88 has found them. And he's just wiped out the school bus, which means now there's only the M44, and he's doing what he can. He just got a hit on the Caro, but he's going to have to move because they know where he is. In fact, all he's done at the moment is just reposition himself to avoid counter battery. But he's now going for better cover. Personally, I would have said the best bet that he's got is to actually go off into the coal pits area and try and get to the railway line and use the railway line to shoot back at the cap. And then you can move further north to take out the enemy SPG. The enemy M44 last seen in grid square A6. Also an M44. He's got a kill, and unfortunately the M44 is in sight of the enemy, and yeah, it's a Skorpion G. So unfortunately this one is a defeat, but it was a pretty good game by townt3rri3r until he was killed. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And in the end of battle stats we can see that townt3rri3r of FILO managed to get a 2nd class tanker in this game. He got a Reaper badge. He took out consecutive enemies with consecutive shots, at least 3. Got a arsonist because he set light to, in fact actually he hit the 5916 with such force that there wasn't much left for the fire to consume, and the guy burned to death. He got a bruiser medal, he got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly, but best of all he got a battle hero medal in that one. He got the Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Unfortunately poked on that Oni when he shouldn't have, and he lost virtually all of his hit points in just 1 shot. 3,548 was the win rate of that one. I knew when I saw he was going to go after that Oni, I thought no, that guy is already dialed in on you. He knows you're going to poke, and so it's better not to do it, and to in fact actually go around him and try and surprise him from a different direction. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he did do rather well on the damage, but the high score was the STA-1 on the enemy team, 3,039 hit points. The next high score after that was the IS-3 on his own team with 2,931. Then the Oni on the enemy team with 2,915. Of course, a lot of that happens to be townt3rri3r's hit points. He managed to get 2,883, which is not bad, puts him in 4th place, but I'm afraid, yes, he did die in the game. Look at kills, he's tops with 6 kills, 4 kills for the Super Hellcat in the enemy team. He ended up with a tank sniper, and 2 kills for the STA-1, the Oni, and the Caro P88 rather. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy team does the best. He only got 1088. The Star 1 managed to get 967, and the Carrier P88 managed to get 897, with their Super Hellcat following up with 866. And you can see here that townt3rri3r got the best on his team with 674, but yeah, wasn't enough. He was actually in 6th place when it came to base XP. He fired 10 rounds in that game, got 9 direct hits and 8 penetrations, damage of 2,883 hit points, of which 797 were at more than 300 meters. He received 4 hits, all 4 were penetrations. The armor on the Skorpion G is very, very light indeed. In fact, it's Panther armor, so it's going to let most shells through, I'm afraid. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, and 917 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 83,309 credits in the battle, got 10,800 for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic or battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game. He got a battle hero one in this one. 94,109 credits together. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he still walked away with a profit of 72,767 credits, 1,011 XP, 577 for courageous resistance, 159 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 1,747 experience points altogether. It was a good try. I think he did make a mistake. Obviously, as I've said, he shouldn't have tried that Oni, and he also should have remembered that AMD was sitting in the railway line trench on the far east side of the battlefield, because he saw him earlier, but he went after the defender, leaving his rear exposed to the AMD, who just moved up along the trench and then managed to place a round right into his rear. And of course, HE rounds will easily penetrate the Panther hull. I'm afraid it's not a very good resistance. But all the same, it was a good game for townt3rri3r, and if he carries on like this and doesn't make mistakes like going after that Oni when he shouldn't have, he could have survived that battle. In fact, he might have actually been able to take down most of the enemy tanks, because with that gun, he should be able to one-shot a lot of them, because some of them were fairly badly damaged, but it wasn't to be on this occasion. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.